What's up, Patriot viewers? It's our 1 year episode, 1 year anniversary or something. Almost like an anniversary anyway. So, I've got some special stuff planned for the day. I hope I have has some giveaways to do, and I've got this random giveawayer that I tested out earlier on American Pride Gaming's stream. And it logged the viewers and the chatters and everything. It seemed like pretty good, but now that I'm live, it's not logging my stuff. Okay. So I said hello, and now it logged me as active. So say hello. If you're listening, say hello in there. Something. See, sure as things count. Calibru says, "Why do deployments suck?" Oh, it counted him in, or her. Oh, deployments ain't that bad. They suck while you're doing it though, huh? What's good, 68? What up, Bo? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for checking me out. Okay. So out of curiosity, now this is just a test roll, but I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna test roll this this winner thing. It should pick a winner. Of course, it picked me. See, it's supposed to put it in the chat one, and it's not. Hmm. Well, that's all right because we have a backup plan. This works. See, there's what I see. The giveaway screen. See that I've won, and let's see here. Redraw. Elbows won this time, and it's supposed to pop up a dang thing in chat. Look right here. It says announce template. The winner is whoever, and it's checked, so it will announce the winner in Twitch chat. But it's not doing it. Either way, whatever. We'll refresh that. PatriotView don't need to be on there. Once we get some more, once we get a little farther down the line here, get a little content covered, and get some more people in, hopefully watching, then we will do some giveaways. I've got 4 things to give away today. Any of you have ever heard of a thing called Vet TV? Pretty fantastic veteran television. Shocker. Um, it really gets into the sense of humor and shit of veterans and service members and first responders too. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure cops get pretty oh, damn, freaking got that new bacteria dang thing. My kid, you don't want my kidneys, I don't think. Speaking of which, cheers. I'm pretty sure my kidneys and liver are broken in. Hi, Meat Shield, welcome. Which track in 3, besides me? Chat. Maybe you have to chat for it to work. It says it doesn't have to be a subscriber. Don't have to type a keyword. Well, I'm just going to do that. Whatever. Whenever I go to draw, I'll just switch it to this screen, that other screen we were just on, and let it rock. God dang, can't stop coughing. I wasn't coughing all day. I'll get around you shitheads. Alright, so here we go, man. One year in. Been through a lot. Had a lot of changes. Went from a crew of like 4 or 5 or 6 down to just a couple of us here every week. And I appreciate those of you who stuck around and helped me do this every week. What are we starting with this week? NASCAR's back. There's actually the NASCAR Clash at the Coliseum qualifying races are tonight at 6. So hopefully we're going to be done by 6 so I can watch the race. And of course, everybody here is invited to Discord to enjoy the race with us. Let's see. I've got a document here that I can share with you guys so you can follow along like we always do. Don't let me get ahead of myself. This document. I wonder if I can pin Yep, I can still pin messages, so I don't know. It's just not putting that other shit in there. But jeez Louise. There's the document if you care to follow along with me today. Of course, it's got all our links and accreditations and all that stuff in there. It'll be pinned to the top, so if you leave or come back or anything, you can always get back to it. Rolling on. NASCAR, yeah, the Busch Clash at the Coliseum is today. So I think there's going to be like, I think it's 4 heat races and like the top 4, let's see, there's probably 9 cars there. I would say the top 4 advance, and then they're going to have some consolation races and all that stuff, and then, yeah. So I think the end of it, I think they said 20 cars move on, plus like the crowd favorite, plus the best finisher from last year who didn't already make it, plus maybe 2 from the last chance qualifier, so I think maybe 24. But I have no idea what's going on with my throat. It's NHL All-Star Weekend and NFL, I think Pro Bowl All-Star Weekend, whatever they call that, right? Connor McDavid won all the skills, not all the skills competition, but he won the overall. He had the most points yesterday in the NHL skills competition. Big shocker there. The All-Star games are today, so right now there's 4 teams, so they'll have 2 games, and then obviously the winner of those 2 games moves on to the championship, plays again. I think the games are only like 2 periods long though, because they only slotted an hour apiece for them. So I'm not sure exactly the time format on that. Might be like 2 15-minute periods or something. Who knows? But I did watch the quarterback competition for the NFL Pro Bowl weekend, and the competition itself was entertaining, but the commentary was atrocious. It was absolutely terrible. There was this one dude who kept yelling, "God damn!" like every 13 seconds. Every other throw, somebody would throw, "God damn!" Just kept doing it. And then whoever's running the ESPN silencer button, the censor button, was like 10 seconds late every time. And then another dude kept dropping the M-bomb. "That's what's up," and all that. I'm just like, yep, I'm done watching that shit for the day. Can't even, like, I think the NFL, man, I made a post on my Facebook the other day, and it said, "Dear NFL commentators, whenever you are talking about ramming it down the other team's throat and stuffing it down their throats, what are we talking about?" Because I'm watching football with my 10-year-old kid, right? They're like, "Yeah, they're just gonna continue to pound it down their throats." What does that mean? Are we doing what I think we're doing? Are these 11 grown men stuffing things down the throats of 11 other grown men? Like, I don't know about all this shit. Hey, American Pride. Thanks for the 1 year. Brad8521. What's up, Brad? What's up? Thanks for coming in. And Elbows. I know you're laughing at the shoving shit down each other's throat stuff. Yeah, anyways, so fuck the NFL. I'm over that shit. Maybe one of these days Aaron Rodgers won't be hurt and I can enjoy it again, but I don't think I'm still not convinced on Jordan Love, so we'll see if I can enjoy football sometime in the future. Till then, hockey and NASCAR. Let's see. I have some stuff to give away. I've been over that already. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It says 5 people are eligible for the giveaway right now. Well, there's 6 viewers and I'm one of them, so makes sense to me. Um, so yeah, we'll get through some history here, and then you know what? Fuck it. Let's give something away right now. So let's do. I'm gonna try this out. All right. Look here. We'll go to the giveaway screen so everybody can see what I'm seeing. I don't know why the chat box has to be so damn large. We're gonna do a keyword. So if you want to be part of this giveaway, type in there throat. Okay. So now, as you guys type in throat, you have, let's say, 5 minutes. We'll count down 5 minutes. So at 3:46. Brad's got throat. So there you go. Brad popped up over here as an eligible. Yeah, elbows pops in. So we'll draw that in 5 minutes. Oh, there. Yep. See, this is working good. Working good. All right. Oh, does that go back to my Twitch too? It does. Well, you guys don't want to see me seeing me. That's terrible. All right, I can still pull this up. So we'll watch. 5 minutes. It's already been a minute. So at 3:40, 3:46 Mountain Daylight Savings Central Time. And until then, we're gonna hit a couple of this week's in history. So I get all my history from historyplace.com. For the most part, it's accurate. There's a few checks I've had to do to get it. I don't know. I guess maybe the best story, the overall. I don't know. Like some people say 340 people died, and then some other source will say 346 people died. Whatever. So I get my shit from a bunch of sources and kind of hope for the best in the end. All right, 3 more minutes. We're giving it away. January 28th, 1547. Now, I had some help doing this history, and I think I got them all put back in order because the person who helped me, I'm not going to call him out, doesn't know what chronological order means. I'm not saying that I'm not appreciative. I'm appreciative. All I'm saying is that chronological goes by year, then month and day. Yeah, I'm looking through them. I think they're all organized now. All right. God bless. There is some sort of fungal infection that has escaped a Japanese lab or something, and now it's affecting people in Oregon or Washington. I think Washington State, actually. So if you go out to Washington, be careful of that shit. You might get locked down. January 28th, 1547, King Henry VIII of England died and was succeeded by his son, Edward VI. Henry had ruled since 1509 and had broken all ties with the Roman Catholic Church over the issue of divorce. Married a total of 6 times. Edward VI was the son of his third wife, Jane Seymour. Edward became king at age 10, but died of tuberculosis at age 16. He was followed by his half-sister, Mary. Tuberculosis. They used to call that consumption. All these people in the Wild West that died, I thought they died of consumption of alcohol. Speaking of which, cheers. No, tuberculosis is what they called consumption. All right, 1 more minute on this. What are you asking about, Misha? Wait, what was that? About Google it. I didn't put none of that in here because I'm tired of talking about viruses. All we talked about is viruses and inoculations and bullshit for a year, it seems like. All right, we got 4 contestants here. Anyone else want to type in throat? You got 30 seconds. 30-second warning. Throat is the magic word. January 30th, 1835. President Andrew Jackson survived the first assassination attempt on any U.S. president. While leaving the House of Representatives chamber, an insane would-be assassin fired 2 pistol shots at him. However, both pistols misfired and the president was unharmed. Well, that's pretty terrible. All right. Yeah, Meat Shield. Washington has some sort of virus. 10 seconds on this. It's not a virus. It's a fungal thing. Buzzer. It's like some sort of thing. Japan found this disease or this fungus in like 2009 or something. I just read a quick article on it. I can send it to you later. But basically, there's some sort of outbreak on it, and it doesn't react to like standard fungal killing stuffs. So, all right, we're rolling. Everybody watching? Roll. Bow elbows. You win. All right. So now, shoot me a message. I know you got my my Facebook, maybe my phone number, whatever. Shoot me a message, and I will get you your prize. So you have won a 1-month subscription to Vet TV, also known as Veteran TV. Congrats, elbows, on the big win. All right. So hopefully, if we give something away early, we can get some more people in here. Does this camera look really low? Oh. Or maybe it's just because I'm on a different screen here. Let's take this back to. Yep, that's what it was. Take it back to the regs. All right, there we go. Now you can see my beautiful face, even bigger. So Vet TV is a obviously a veteran television organization that puts on. It's all the actors are veterans. All the production is done by those guys. They're a very small company. They'll probably never be as big as Netflix or anything because their content's only for a very small viewership. But I know Bo will appreciate the humor that's involved in their type. So cool. Now we got that. Throat was the key word. That was a good one. Now we got to figure out a different keyword for the next one. So we'll have to. Yeah, they're great, and now you got a free month, so you can tell everybody else how great they are. They're pretty funny. Back to history. February 2nd, 1848, the war between the U.S. and Mexico ended with the signing of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. In exchange for $15 million, the U.S. acquired the areas encompassing parts or all of present-day California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, and Tejas. The treaty was ratified on March 10th, 1848. 15 million bucks. Well, like 9 states. That's a pretty good deal. I'll tell you, between that and Louisiana Purchase, I think the government made out land. February 3rd, 1865, a 4-hour peace conference occurred between President Abraham Lincoln and Confederate Vice President Alexander Stephens at Hampton Roads, Virginia. The meeting was unsuccessful as President Lincoln insisted there could be no armistice until the Confederates acknowledged federal authority. The Confederates wanted an armistice first, thus the Civil War continued. So there was an opportunity in 1865 to end the Civil War, and sides could not agree. February 3rd, 1870. 15th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified, guaranteeing the right of citizens to vote, regardless of race, color, or previous condition of servitude, as in indentured, which is what most slaves actually were. Servants. Slavery has a very specific definition, which is, I think, don't quote me exactly on it, but it's something along. You can Google it too. I know everybody's on internet having devices right now. It has something to do with slavery can only be a punishment for a crime, something like that. So like the people who were bought and sold were like actually contracted employees, even though they didn't agree to the contract. I mean, it's still a crock of shit. I'm not saying that wasn't a crock of shit. I'm just saying that words have definitions, and I like using them for that. January 29th, 1891, Hawaii proclaimed ooh, Liliuokalani as its queen. Renowned for her song Aloha Oe, she had a reign of only 4 years until she was forced to abdicate, I don't know that word either, in 1895 under pressure from powerful business. Probably white dudes, if I had to guess. Assholes. February 3rd, 1913, the 16th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified, granting Congress the authority to collect income taxes. So, I saw a Facebook post, because, everybody on Facebook is fucking geniuses, and it said, there's actually no law that says the government's allowed to collect taxes. Well, the 16th Amendment to the Constitution says that they are, so good luck with that in court. Oh, January 28th, 1915. The U.S. Coast Guard was created by an act of Congress, combining the life-saving service and the revenue cutter service. Revenue cutter service. I would imagine that would be some sort of merchant ship interference branch. I don't know what that was. We got a friend. Devin. He was in a Coast Guard. Good buddy of all of ours. He just got out of the Coast Guard maybe like last year, like 2023, or maybe even the end of 22. I don't remember. But been a minute now. Hopefully he's readapting to civilian life rather well. Lord knows that can be a strenuous and confusing transition. January 29th, 1916. During World War I, the first aerial bombings of Paris by German Zeppelins took place. Zeppelins? I'm sure everybody knows what a Zeppelin is, such as the Hindenburg. I would like to see some video of that. I don't know if they had video cameras in 1916 or if they could recreate some videos, but I bet that would be. They saw them coming for like 6 hours. I mean, it's 90 miles from from England to France, right? So World War One, they wouldn't have had probably no radar, maybe some real shitty radar. 1916. I'm trying to think if they even had biplanes and shit by then. trying to think how they would intercept these planes or these zeppelins. I mean, coming in. They had planes that could go as high and then what the range was and stuff like that. Either way, they saw these zeppelins coming for like 3 hours. You know, they're like, oh, look at there's 60 zeppelins coming out of the over the English Channel because their top speed was like 20 knots. So from eyesight to dropping bombs, it was like 3 hours. Doesn't seem like a very effective technique. Anyway, 3 years later, January 29th, 1919, the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified. That was a Prohibition Amendment. For nearly 14 years until December 5th, 1933, excuse me, the manufacture, transportation, and sale of alcoholic beverages was illegal in the United States. The amendment had the unexpected result of causing enormous growth of organized crime, which provided bootleg liquor to thirsty Americans. Cheers. January 30th, 1933, Adolf Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany by President Paul von Hindenburg. I wonder if he had something to do with the name Hindenburg. Hitler went on to become the sole leader of Nazi Germany. He then waged a war of expansion in Europe, precipitating the deaths of an estimated 50 million persons through military conflict and through the Holocaust, in which the Nazis attempted to exterminate the entire Jewish population of Europe. Precipitating the deaths of 50 million people. My poor little human brain can't even comprehend 50 million people. How many people are in, say, Chicago, Illinois? Chicago, Illinois population. Oh, 20. Ooh, Chicago's dwindling. Pardon me. In 2021, 9.51 million. 2024, 9.28. Steadily gone down. Oh, fuck off. Can you guys see what I'm looking at? Oh, here we go. Look. Oh, that's the wrong one. Nope, that's the wrong one too. You can't see what I'm looking at right now. It says, oh, here. I know how to show you. There you go. Look at there. Look at these numbers. You're telling me that for 3 years in a row, Chicago lost exactly 77,581 people? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of it. It's all a conspiracy. Don't trust nobody. They're killing each other, yeah. I don't think they're killing each other at the rate of 77,000 a year. I mean, I could be wrong, but I've been to Chicago, and, you know, I didn't get shot, didn't get my rim stole, none of that crazy stuff that people are talking about all the time. And look, I'll tell you one thing right now. All these tough guys out there calling this shit Chirac, they couldn't even dream about how bad Baghdad is. Anyways, topic for a different day, maybe. Unless someone wants to talk about it now. We can talk about it now. Brad says, we did get really hammered at that concert at the House of Blues. Yeah, absolutely shit plowed drunk. Which House of Blues is a nice neighborhood. That's on, let's see. That's on the Chicago River on Michigan, I believe, on Michigan Street. Or Avenue, Michigan Avenue, whatever. So that's a pretty nice neighborhood. You know, you get a little more south, a little more west, it gets rough. Humboldt Park's pretty rough. Never went there. House of Blues sick. House of Blues sick. It's a fantastic venue for concerts. I like it. It's small and the acoustics are amazing. January 28th, 1935, Iceland became the first country to legalize abortion. 1935, 90 years ago, about. Start killing babies. Oh, January 27th, 1943, the U.S. 8th Air Force conducted the first all-American bombing raid on Germany as 55 bombers targeting Wilhelmshaven, losing 3 planes while claiming to have shot down 22 German fighters. The success of this first mission encouraged U.S. military planners to begin regular daylight bombing raids, which eventually resulted in high casualty rates for the American crewmen involved. Shocker. So the first time you ever bombed anyone, you caught them by surprise. Okay, that makes sense. What doesn't make sense is that the smartest military minds in the world after that thought, well, hey, they didn't see us coming the first time. If they're going to see us coming the 13th time. Damn, I didn't know Iceland was like that. Well, Iceland are kind of the offspring of the Vikings, right? So I mean, they like killing shit. They just finally in 1935 they officially, I guess, voiced that hey, we love killing shit, even though it's even stuff that's not its own thing yet. We'll kill it just for being a parasite. Damn human babies. January 31st, 1943, German troops surrendered at Stalingrad, marking the first big defeat of Hitler's armies in World War II. During the Battle of Stalingrad, 160,000 Germans were killed, 90,000 taken prisoner, including the commander, Friedrich von Paulus, the first German field marshal ever to surrender. The captured Germans were forced to march to Siberia, with few ever returning to Germany. So 160,000 plus 90,000 prisoner. That's Germany lost 250,000 combat troops in one battle. And anybody ever heard of Field Marshal Friedrich von Paulus? Nope, me either. You know why? Because he was the first German field marshal to ever surrender. Never hear the first guy to quit. How about Hitler? Anyway, February 3rd, 1943, an extraordinary act of heroism occurred in the icy waters off Greenland after the U.S. Army transport ship Dorchester was hit by a German torpedo and began to sink rapidly. Shit! You guys know what this reminded me of? I was supposed to look up the damn British boat sitting in the damn British harbor, got hit by a freaking torpedo, and I didn't do it. When it became apparent there were not enough life jackets, 4 U.S. Army chaplains on board removed theirs, handed them to frightened young soldiers, and chose to go down with the ship while praying. Well, that is an anticlimactic ending. So they didn't get saved? January 27th, 1944, Russian Army General Govarov announced the lifting of the Nazi blockade of Leningrad. During the 900-day siege, an estimated 1 million Russian civilians inside the city died of disease, starvation, and relentless German shelling. Million in 900 days. Holy shit, that's a lot. I want to know how much exactly. We got 900 days divided by... Oh, wait, I did that wrong. Gotta do a million divided by 900 days, right? That's 1,111 dead per day, every day, for 2.5 years. Holy shit. War is not the same as it used to be. Meat Shield says, LOL. That one has a there for that reason. What? Oh, was there. Ah, that one was there for that. Yeah, well, why didn't you just spend the time looking at the regular thing? I think we're supposed to be telling our people about here. Can't do it now. January 27th, 1945, the Russian army liberated Auschwitz death camp near Krakow in Poland, where the Nazis had systematically murdered an estimated 2 million persons, including 1.5 million Jews. That's... Sorry, I just hit a button on my phone. That's pretty crazy. I wonder, anybody know any Jewish people? I'm wondering if they're asking for reparations. Do the German people that are alive now owe the Jewish people that are alive now stuff for stuff their grandparents did, or great grandparents now probably? Maybe that's why I'm coughing. I keep smoking that thing. Knock it off. My grandfather actually died in a concentration camp in I think it was in Austria though, not Poland. This was in Poland. Yeah, fell out of a guard tower. That's a joke. January 31st, 1945. Eddie Slovic, a 24-year-old U.S. Army private, was executed by a firing squad after being sentenced to death for desertion. The first such occurrence in the U.S. Army since the Civil War. God dang, 24 years old, and they freaking your buddy shot you. January 30th, 1948, Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated in New Delhi, India by a religious fanatic. Gandhi had ended British rule in India through nonviolent resistance. Quote, "Nonviolence is not a garment to be put on and off at will, sorry. Its seat is in the heart and it must be an inseparable part of your very being." He had stated that in 1926. January 27, 1967, 3 American astronauts were killed as a fire erupted inside Apollo 1 during a launch simulation test at Cape Kennedy, Florida. This this month in history has a little bit. I think it has 3 astronaut things. Bo says January 31st, 1999, a legend entered this world. Fine. Justin Bieber? It's either Justin Bieber or someone just like Justin Bieber. Fucker. January 30th, 1968, beginning of the Tet Offensive in Vietnam. As North Vietnamese troops attacked 36 provincial capitals and 5 major cities in South Vietnam, including an attack on the U.S. Embassy in Saigon and the presidential palace. Although U.S. forces eventually fended off the massive surprise attack and achieved military victory, Tet became a propaganda victory for the Vietnamese due in part to graphic news reports on television which helped turn U.S. public opinion against the continuation of the war. So, pause. I gotta keep drinking or I'm gonna start getting hungover. We ain't playing that shit today. By the way, mustaches hold a ton of liquor. But I can't drink it through a straw, so I don't know. I just get it all over my face, I guess. So Vietnam was the first war that was televised to the American people uh, in a fashion. I'm trying to think how to word it. In like almost live, right? It wasn't actually live, like there wasn't any live broadcast from Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. That was a great movie. But they could get the footage back to America within the week. So Americans were seeing for the first time in their lives almost real-time footage of the their America's sons over there dying for another people, and Americans were seeing for the first time the actual true violence of war. Um, I truly believe that media is what caused the United States to lose that war, to pull out before their commitment was done. And that was also the first war that the United States did foreign national training. So we went in there with one of the goals was to train the South Vietnamese army to defend itself against in their case North Vietnamese. The same thing that we did with Iraq, same thing we did with Kuwait, same thing we did with Afghanistan. All the wars after that, that's been our main goal, is to train the local fighting force, and that started in Vietnam. You guys are talking a bunch. All right, hold on. I'm gonna take a pause real quick. We're at 1972. Oh yeah, we're almost done. We still got 3 more giveaways to do, with the biggest one being at the end. January 30th, 1972, in Londonderry, Northern Ireland, 13 Roman Catholics were killed by British troops during a banned civil rights march. The event became known as Bloody Sunday. I'm trying to think. I just read something about Northern Ireland. Oh, I watched a thing. It was called it's on Tubi, which is a free one of them free TV things. And it says Sunday, Bloody Sunday, Bloody Mary. Wait, what? Um And it really breaks down like how there's like three different types of Irish. And like so everyone's heard of Scotland, right? Scotland. And then everyone's heard of like Nova Scotia, which is like Sweden, Norway, all that shit, right? Which so the spelling on I'm gonna type it out in chat here. There in chat. That's how you spell Scotia, as in Nova Scotia, which Nova is Latin for new. So New Scotia is actually what that means. Originally, Ireland was called Scotia, and so that's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. So the Irish, basically like what's left in Northern Ireland today is the true Irish. What's left in Scotland today is the people who left true Ireland whenever the English started settling in the south, and then the people in the South Ireland are they call them something. What they call them? Like Anglo. There's Anglo Saxons. There's Anglo. I don't know. Whatever they call them, but no one likes the English invaders of Southern Ireland. I don't think anybody likes the English anyways. Just Speedy, pretty much. He's the only one of us who likes the English people. I've met a couple. Seem like twats. Angelo? I know. I know. Alright. January 27, 1973. U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War ended as North Vietnamese and American representatives signed an agreement in Paris. The U.S. agreed to remove all remaining troops within 60 days, thus ending the longest war in American history. Over 58,000 Americans have been killed, 300,000 wounded, 2,500 declared missing. A total of 566 prisoners of war have been held by the North Vietnamese during the war, with 55 reported deaths. Hey, Paula, thanks for coming in. Thanks for the first time chat, and thanks for the update on Speedy. Speedy is our brother. We love Speedy. Um, he's he is my most faithful supporter, and I mean that. I love a bunch of you guys that come in every week, but Speedy is here every week. All right, what was I saying, anyways? Oh yeah, about the prisoners of war. So, the first prisoner of war that I ever learned about was John McCain. I believe he's passed away now, but when he ran for president, I could not I could not wrap my brain around the fact that our country didn't vote in a former POW as president. I'm just like, we're at war. Like at this point in time, I had already done. Let's see, I did 18 months to Iraq, and I was in U.S. Army military police school because we had to train. Uh, I was going to Afghanistan as an embedded trainer, so I would be training the Afghan army and police force. So I had to go through MP school, even though I wasn't an MP. Basically, how that worked out. But while I was in the school, I'm sitting in this class, and they brought us these absentee ballots so we could vote. And this was my first presidential election that I was old enough to vote in, because my first deployment I wasn't old enough to vote. So this is I had already served. At this point in time, I had already served almost 4 years in the army, and did a tour to Baghdad and couldn't even vote yet. So this was the first election I could vote in. And I thought, oh, shit, it'd be a landslide. We went from George W. Bush to our next two candidates are John McCain and some dude named Barack Obama, right? I've never heard of Barack Obama, but like his name sounds a whole lot like Osama, so we're definitely not voting him in. Oh, we're at war and this guy was a POW in Vietnam. Obviously, we're picking the POW guy. Nope, wrong, wrong-o. Terrible. Decisions like that, America, is why we're at where we're at. Good to meet you, Paula. Thanks for the update on Speedy. I can't wait. I'm trying to drag this episode out a little bit. I want it to be nice and long, give away some good shit here. January 28th, 1986. Brad says, dude, I thought the same thing. You're talking about the presidents, right? Like, there's no way we're voting in a guy whose name is Osama Hussein Obama. Ugh. He wasn't that bad though. Like, looking back, oh, we're so doomed. Looking back, I'd give my left toe to have Obama back in there. He wouldn't even deal with this bullshit that the world's throwing at us now. All right, moving on. January 28th, 1986, the U.S. Space Shuttle Challenger exploded 74 seconds into its flight, killing 7 persons, including Krista McAuliffe, a teacher who was to be the first ordinary citizen in space. If only they knew about SpaceX and Michael Strahan going to space. February 1st, 2003, 16 minutes before, pardon me, 16 minutes before it was scheduled to land, the Space Shuttle Columbia broke apart in flight over West Texas, killing all 7 crew members. The accident may have resulted from damage caused during liftoff when a piece of insulating foam from the external fuel tank broke off, piercing a hole in the shuttle's left wing that allowed hot gases to penetrate the wing upon re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. This was the second space shuttle lost in flight, the first one being the one I just said before this, in 1986. A piece of foam broke off and poked a hole in the wing. Space shuttle broke apart in flight, killing all 7. So they took off. They did whatever the hell they were gonna do, right? And then they come back. It says 16 minutes before they were scheduled to land. No one thought anything of this the entire time they're out in space or when they came down? We gotta look more into that. I gotta know. Did they go out in space? Meat Shield, look it up. Did Space Shuttle Columbia, did it abort the mission and come right back, or did it blow a hole in the wing and be like, nah, fuck it, we're good, let's go. Let's maintain our mission here. And then on the way home, everybody's like, man, I'm real hungry. I can see Taco Bell sign down there in Austin. Like, oh shit, did you guys fix that wing? Uh-uh. Do parachutes come with this thing? Oh no. Yep. What happened? I was there. There's actually 8 crew members. 7 of them died and I survived. Yep. I would have been. That was 2 months before I joined the army. Remember that. Happened during re-entry into the atmosphere. Makes sense. You'd think they'd have you'd think the cockpit would be a separate pod, completely bulletproof and protected from everything else. I would think that. I mean, I don't know. I'm not mad. Like, I understand. If you're gonna fly in space, there's a pretty good chance you're gonna die. That's the way I see it. Like, I'm not mad that, you know, before reentry, NASA managers had limited the investigation, reasoning that the crew could not have fixed the problem if it had even been confirmed. That makes sense. So they suspected there was a hole in the wing, and if there was a hole in the wing, there wasn't shit nobody could do about it anyways. So just land the fucker. That's what they're saying. Got it. Well, you didn't land it. You killed everybody. Good job, NASA. I mean, you could have sent them with a parachute, right? I'd rather parachute from 80,000 feet than die. Ugh. Birthdays. Hell yeah. Let's do some birthdays. Alright. Let's do, we'll do a giveaway after the birthdays. Ha! Fuckers. January 27th birthday. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born in Salzburg, Austria. From the age of 5 through his untimely death at age 35, this musical genius created over 600 compositions, including 16 operas, 41 symphonies, 27 piano and 5 violin concerti, 25 string quartets, 19 masses, and many other works. We could have just dealt with created 600 compositions. Yep, that's a lot. So, he was alive until 1791. So he was making beautiful music in Austria while America was kicking Britain's ass. British novelist Lewis Carroll was born in Daresbury, Cheshire, England, as Charles Ludwig Dodgson, best known for Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. He also lectured in mathematics and was a pioneering photographer. I'll add punctuation. January 29th, birthday. Common sense author Thomas Paine was born in Thetford, England in the year 1737. His pamphlet, published in 1776, provided inspiration to undecided Americans that knew. Oh my God! All right, starting over. His pamphlet, published in 1776, provided inspiration to undecided Americans that a new nation, independent from Britain, might eventually become an asylum for mankind. Well, he didn't know how true that was going to become, huh? We are definitely an asylum now. He served in the Continental Army and observed the hardships of American troops fighting the world's most powerful army. He then published the Crisis series pamphlets, which began by stating, quote, "These are times that try men's souls," end quote. He refused to accept the profits from his writings and wound up destitute after the Revolution. So he refused to take money. He was a grunt, even though he was born in England. Let's see, Continental Army. And then didn't get the profits from his writings. That was kind of dumb. William McKinley was born in 1843. He became the 25th U.S. president from Niles, Ohio. You know, the older I get, the more I like Ohio. I watch a lot of Pat McAfee show. He calls them. So he has two different shows. They're both called the Pat McAfee Show. The first hour or 2 hours is on ESPN. The second hour or 2 hours, I don't really know how long a show is. It's kind of like my show. Sometimes we'll do like 2 hours. Sometimes we'll do like 4 hours. He does 2 hours, 4 hours. I do like 1 or 2. But anyways, so whenever he's on ESPN, he has to be kind of like PG-13 appropriate or whatever, and he'll call people from Ohio the Ohio folks, FOLKS, but he obviously purposely messes that up. And then after he's off the air with ESPN and just live on YouTube with all of us trailer parkers, he calls them Ohio fucks. But AJ Hawk is an Ohio fuck, and I love AJ Hawk. He is still to this day the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. Anyways, back to this Ohio folk. William McKinley, the 25th president. He was elected in 1896 and re-elected in 1900. Early in his second term, on September 6, 1901, he was shot and mortally wounded by an anarchist at the Pan American Exposition, Buffalo, New York. He died 8 days later. So he was shot in 1901. Where was the other president? That was 1835. Wonder if in those 68 years or 66 years, if there was another assassination. Was he the first president to be actually assassinated? Is what I'm wondering. January 30th, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, born in 1882 to become the 32nd U.S. president, hailing from Hyde Park, New York. Despite crippling polio, he led America out of the Great Depression and through World War II, and is widely considered to be one of America's 3 greatest presidents, along with Washington and Lincoln. When peace has broken anywhere, the peace of all countries is in danger, he stated in 1939. I actually have. That's so cool. It's up on my bookshelf and it's way too far away for me to go get. I got it for Christmas. It says it's from Alan Brinkley. It's just called Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and then I also have Teddy Roosevelt's autobiography, an original copy printed in, man, I want to say like 1912 or something. Dactyl Davey, what's up, man? I love you. Cowboys in here too. What a shit show. Hey man, I'm sorry I didn't catch that one day on on Discord. I heard you say like, "Hey, you don't know who this is." Right as I'm clicking like disconnect, and I'm like, I had to go do a show right now. It's all good. Hey, if anybody, I forgot to tell you guys, if you guys want to come and chat, I have my Discord. I'm pointing over here like you guys can see what I'm talking about. You have no fucking clue. I have my Discord up. You guys can come and chat. You're gonna be live on stream. We don't say what don't we say? We don't use racial slurs here. We got a couple popped in. There they are. Cowboy and Dactyl Davy, the Duke and Devin and Audio Apex and got 18 different handles. Oh shit! And Meat Shield's coming in. What's up? Welcome to the show.
Hello.
That's Devin. Devin, welcome. Or Dactyl Davy. What are we calling you?
Welcome.
Cowboy.
What's going on, everybody?
Hard to believe it's been a year.
Man, it's been a year.
It's been a whole year.
Yeah, a lot of work, a lot of frustration too.
A lot of time.
Tons of time. I had some help putting this one together today, and I'm super thankful I did because I would imagine someone else spent about 2 hours on it, and then I came and sat down and spent about 3 hours on it.
All right. Hold on. I got a new fur baby that hadn't learned boundaries yet.
Is it a deer?
It is a pit bull.
Oh, nice. I love pit bulls.
I picked up a little 12-week-old male today.
Nice. Is it what color is it? Blue?
Brown and white.
Nice. What's up, Devin? What you been up to, buddy?
Oh, just living life, man.
You married yet?
I'm engaged. We're gonna be married soon.
I knew you're engaged.
Congrats.
Didn't know if you're getting married yet.
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
Couple months, probably.
Decent.
Yeah.
He's got to wait till he gets rid of them warrants so he can actually go into the courthouse.
Who told you that?
Just get married on international waters. That's cooler anyway.
Hey,
you're right.
Speaking of international waters,
Oh boy.
all three of you must get Wolfpack.
Okay, I'll buy it with your
Wolfpack? What is that?
tax money.
First-person submarine simulator that is true to life World War II submarine combat, and you can have up to 6 people on your crew in a sub, and each guy has a job to learn.
Yeah, sounds like
Nice.
you're German.
It's
though,
awesome.
And you can't be German.
It is German. There are no American sub sims for World War II that are decent. However, I believe that they will be updating with American U-boats as well.
Pardon me.
As well as destroyers that can be manned by people.
Are you guys on this document at all?
I am now.
Document.
Yeah. Pinned in chat, if you look at the top, it says docs.google.com document. So that is the document in which I run my show off of. And right now, I have 3 birthdays left to do. 4 birthdays left to do. And then we can take a break and bullshit about whatever you guys want. And
Let's do it.
And give away. So if we're on Jackie Robinson. Anybody want to take away Jackie Robinson's birthday?
I'm scrolling down to find that. Jackie Robinson.
January
I'll take it.
Get it?
Jackie Robinson, born 1919, lived until 1972. He was born in Cairo, Georgia, and he was the first African American to play professional baseball. He played for the Brooklyn Dodgers from 1947 to 1956 and was chosen as the National League's most valuable player in 1949 and elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962. About 4 years ago, I was installing Windows in Memphis, Tennessee, and the man that we were working for was a man who was 93. He'd retired from the post office. And while we were there, a friend of his came over who was similar in age, and he introduced us to him. And I cannot remember the fellow's name, but he had all this memorabilia. He had played with Jackie Robinson in the Negro League on the same team.
That's awesome.
And it was pretty cool. Now all the guy does at 90 years old, since he retired at 65 from his job, he has done nothing but travel to different colleges and universities and talk to students about the fact that you don't have to look at where you're from to figure out where you're going. You can go anywhere you want to go if you put your mind to it.
Except for space,
pretty
if
cool.
you're on one of those space shuttles we talked about earlier, you cannot.
True, and don't get on an Ocean Gate submarine. Those don't work out.
Oh, is that the one that got lost?
Yeah, it imploded.
Yeah. But were they going to the all right, stay on topic, cowboy.
Titanic, yes.
February 1st.
I was talking to Jackie Robinson.
You said something about Titanic and submarines and shit. Jackie Robinson wasn't on no submarine.
Wolfpack. Get it.
Patty Caraway was born in 1878. She was the first woman elected to the U.S. Senate. Born in Bakersville, Tennessee, her husband became the U.S. Senator from Arkansas. Following his death in 1931, she filled the remainder of his term, then was elected herself, serving a total of 14 years. Pretty fantastic.
That's pretty cool, actually. I did not know that.
February 3rd. Anybody want to take it? Any volunteers? All right, then.
I guess not.
You guys are terrible.
Everybody take one step back except Devin.
The first female physician in the U.S., Elizabeth Blackwell, was born in 1821 near Bristol, England. As a girl, her family moved to New York State. She was awarded her medical doctorate by the Medical Institute of Geneva, New York in 1849. She then established a hospital in New York City run by an all-female staff. She was also active in training women to be nurses for service in the American Civil War. Ooh, this one's a good
Sound
one.
like the hospital I would have chosen if I was alive in that time.
Absolutely. American artist and illustrator Norman Rockwell was born in 1894. In New York City, he was best known for depicting ordinary scenes from a small-town American life for the covers of Saturday Evening Post magazine. And also, since then, several calendars, thousands of coffee cups, postcards, everything.
I have
Stamps.
a set of tumblers that are New York Post Norman Rockwell, actually, that I bought for Ashley at a thrift store here.
Hey, shout out Speedy. Welcome home. Glad to have you with us, brother. Thank Paula for updating us on your situation. We appreciate you. Appreciate you checking in.
Welcome back.
So, all right. Now we're up on bullshit time. You guys want to talk? What have you guys been up to? Cowboy, we ain't heard from you. You got lost, man.
Man, so we had the ice storms come through and we were out of work for several days. I had lots of time to be online. Since then, I've been working anywhere from 14 to 18-hour days. I'm leaving at 5 in the morning, getting home sometimes 9, 10 o'clock at night. But we're about caught back up now. We're trying to get back on an even keel to where I can go back to 8-hour days and start getting a stream schedule of my own going again.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I just was watching some American Pride Gaming stream today and realized that I have a Prime sub that I haven't used in months because none of us have been on there actively.
Nice.
And so obviously I shot it to him since I was on, but like that,
Heck yeah.
seeing that on there reminded me of how little we were streaming. We have picked up 2 followers since the beginning of stream. BK64,
Nice.
thanks for the follow. And
Hey, BK.
Dactyl Davy, you just followed me. And Brad, we picked up 3.
You're fired. Davy's fired. Send him to the locker.
We're up to 75 followers. We're gonna have to do something for the 100 too if we get to 100.
That'd be cool.
Be cool if we got to 100 on our 1-year anniversary. Just saying. Just saying.
That would be pretty cool.
So let's do a
If
giveaway.
everybody in here brought 3 friends.
Good giveaway. We're giving away another month. American Pride says, "Heard my name. What's up?" Yeah, I was just saying that I had
It was good.
Prime sub earlier, and I didn't realize that I hadn't used it in probably months because none of my circle of closer, online friends, whatever, have been streaming lately. Basically, we've all been busy with life in the winter, I think, and so I shot you my Prime sub. So we're gonna do another giveaway.
This bro be multi-talented here. He's listening to us, has time to type in our chat, but he's streaming PGA Tour 2K23.
Well, that's a good game to stream while you're doing some other stuff because
That is true.
it's not timed, and he doesn't have to worry about how many X's he gets when he runs into the wall.
Yeah, if they gave X's for being out of bounds, he wouldn't be allowed to play.
All right, so look at this. Now, Bo, you're ineligible because you already won. So we got Meat Shield Speedy, Cowboy, American Pride, Brad, Dactyl Davy, Caleb Brew, Paula, and Sharpay Lady. All in for this. So what? We gotta pick a keyword. Let's do shuttle, as in space shuttle. So if you would like to be in this next giveaway, let's type in chat shuttle. Bo says I was going for a clean sweep. No way. You can't have all the codes, man. The first 3 are for a month of Bet TV. So this is giveaway number 2. After this, we got one more Givet TV, and then after this, we got the last one will be a special one at the very end of our episode here. So if you want to be enrolled in this round of Vet TV 1-month subscription, and you don't have, I don't think you have to put in your card information or nothing. Like, this is just a code for 1 month. After your 1 month, it expires. Decide if you like it or not, and you can move on. So we'll run this for a few minutes. We'll let Cowboy.
Do we
decide
have to
when we're
use the
done.
exclamation point for this?
Nope, you just type it in there. So here,
Okay.
actually, yeah, I guess since she's got here, I can show you. So this thing isn't working exactly the way it's supposed to work. So I have dubbed on here a giveaway screen, as you can see. I don't know
Nice.
how big that is for you.
I can see it.
Yeah, so basically, well, I can, should be able to, there you go. Now you can see the names. So see, GI Cowboy and Brad have both typed in shuttle. So their names are in for this raffle. And you can do this
Davey
either,
needs to be typing.
he should be, but he's AFK.
He's always an AF.
So Elbows was the last winner, is what this is saying here. So he's ineligible this time. And then like, as people type, this list will fill up, and then whenever I click roll down here, it will randomly select one of the people from the left.
Nice.
Yep. And I can select broadcaster. I don't need to be involved, so I can undo that. If I didn't want mods to be eligible, any of this stuff. And then I could either do all users or just active chatters. I can click like people who've chatted in the last 10 minutes, right? Or I can do a keyword.
Yep.
Anybody who types in shuttle, because we're talking about space shuttles, that's our keyword, shuttle. Type in shuttle to the chat, you'll be enrolled. The next giveaway for 1 month of Vet TV. So anyways,
So
Trying to figure out how to give Pride Gaming my Prime sub, but it won't let me.
did you already give it to someone?
No, I have the option to give it to other streams. It just won't let me do it to him.
he's got you blocked.
I think you already are. You already subbed? You're probably already
No.
subbed. You sure?
Oh yeah. Continue.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I bought
you
you
got
one.
gift subs.
I bought you one for Christmas.
So we got time for a word of the day category. I got a special word for you.
Sure. Let's hear it.
Askhole. ASKHOLE. Do you know what that is?
I've heard this before.
That's one of those people that ask you for advice and then never does what you say.
Yeah,
They're an asshole.
for sure. Makes complete sense. Ring. Got somebody else in here. Hey, welcome in,
That would
Soggy
be
Frito Pie.
Steven. What's up, brother?
What up?
We are live on the PatriotView right now. Welcome in.
Oh heck yeah! What are you guys doing?
We're just right now. We just got done with our this week in history segment and our historical birthdays. Oh, I got a new hoodie. You guys see this? It's from Grunt Style. It's got a bunch of patches on there. I don't know if you can see. That's my favorite one. It says infidel. Word. But yeah, we just got done with our birthdays and historical section. So now we're just doing a little chat session before we do a giveaway, and then we're gonna. I got a new veteran spotlight. Lance Corporal Dustin Armstrong sent us in a video from Texas. So we're
Looking forward to that.
I actually did a little compiling of all of our veteran spotlights that we've ever had. For our 1 year,
nice.
we're gonna watch them all again. So
How long of a video was that?
it's about 5 minutes. I cut them all down. Like, I cut the intros off of them, the intros, the
Right.
outros, faded them together and stuff. It took me a while because the video program I have is friggin' terrible. So
Which one are you using?
it's Lightworks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit of a clunker to use sometimes.
It is. It's good. It's honestly it's like bottom tier of stuff that Hollywood would use, because you can do so
Right.
much stuff with it that it's overwhelming. You know what I mean?
But it's just it's like Photoshop, the difference between Photoshop and Paint.net.
Yes,
understanding everything on it that works. You should
like-
look into OpenShot. It's free and it's pretty easy to figure out. I mean, I figured it out, so it can't be that hard.
As long as I can adjust audio levels, I'll use anything. That's the one thing I do like about Lightworks,
Yeah.
is it's super easy to adjust audio levels.
You can in there. It's been a long time since I've been in it. Seems like you can just right click on a track and adjust the audio.
God.
Decent. All right. Michelle says, I'm assuming I know who Brad is. Yeah, you know who Brad is. I don't know if Brad knows who Michelle is though. So we've got 3 entries into our drawing. That's it. We got like 13 viewers and we got 3 people that want free shit. Come on. Come on.
Free month of Vet TV, guys. That's pretty cool.
Do not watch Vet TV in front of your kids or wife, and I'm 100% serious when I say that. It is.
Yeah, don't watch Das Boot in front of your kids or wife either.
It's pretty ruthless, but it's the realest. Yeah, Brad, you know who he is. You just don't know you know who he is. That's exactly right. All right. I'm not giving away the 3. Come on. Type in shuttle, guys. I paid my hard-earned cash for this. There we go. Dactyl Davies in. We got 4. I'll tell you what. We got how many viewers? Did you say how many viewers we got? I can't tell.
I see 8, but that doesn't mean that the count's right because Twitch lies a lot.
It was up there a minute ago. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see 8.
I've had 15 people active in chat and had Twitch tell me I got 9 viewers, and I'm like, well, I know better than that because I can count.
Well, it just
And I
said
have
like
to take
13.
my socks off to count that high, but
Now it says 8. American Pride probably minimized the lost 5 viewers. All right. Well,
Pride throwing the block on us.
that was I think that's in there.
We've been shadow banned.
Well, we can recruit some veteran spotlights. If anybody Dactyl Davy, I know you know some veterans. Reach out to your buddies, see if they'll send us a little 30-second shot, man. Get us some give us a chance to put the spotlight on the everyday Joe, the regular veteran.
I don't know. Do we count Coast Guard? I mean, you know.
Absolutely.
I'm just pulling his leg.
I had an uncle who retired from the Coast Guard, and
Hey, those dudes are some beasts, man.
I'm trying to think. I met him at a family reunion, and probably like this is no shit, in like the early '90s, like when I was a kid, and he was telling me about Coast Guard and stuff. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. That's kind of sounds like the perfect job. You go on a mid-sized boat, like you don't have to be on an aircraft carrier, but you still get to do a lot of cool shit. I'd like if our country wasn't at war when I enlisted, I would be in the Coast Guard.
Right.
The only thing that kept me from going in the Coast Guard was the fact that I had a chance to actually go to war.
Right. Yeah, I looked at the Coast Guard. I wasn't gonna have the opportunity to fly what I wanted to fly in the Coast Guard. And so I wanted to join the Navy, but you had to have a 4-year degree to fly, and the easiest way to get that was to go into the nuclear program. So I made sure I scored high enough to go into the nuclear program, and I would have come out with a 4-year degree and been able then to enroll in officer candidate school.
Yep.
But that was not to be.
Yep.
Elbows shared on Facebook. Nice.
Hell yeah. Thanks, buddy.
How many people we have in the giveaway?
4 right now, it says.
4. Where's all our people at?
Scruffy did say he was gonna check in later.
Right.
If he got a chance. He's doing basketball stuff and whatever today, so he said he wouldn't be here. But I do have, if anybody has a webcam set up or anything, we can fire up our guest. It's not called guest star anymore, but I'll try to fire up guest star, and we can have some more people jump on cam with me if they want. I've got let me check my Streamlabs here. I've got slots for up to 3 guests. So if anybody wants to come hang out, I don't care how long we run today. I don't care what we talk about today. It's our 1-year celebration. We can do whatever we want, and I've got 3 more giveaways to do. Let's get 1 more entrance to this giveaway. Once we get 5, we'll go ahead and you need a blue screen. Yeah. Blue screen.
I can send you a file that'll give you a blue screen if you run it.
Oh boy. Don't do that.
There's a mod for
Right,
that.
for
That's
real.
exactly right.
Yeah, you need to change your name to Mod Cowboy.
There used to be a mod for that on COD 4 because a buddy of mine ran a server that could detect when anybody had any type of script or hack running, and it would in the server download as soon as they tried to log in the map files. It would send a special file to them that would just eat their COD 4 installation.
All right.
It was cold hearted, but it worked.
American Pride, come on, type in there, buddy. Shuttle. Shuttle's our keyword for our giveaway. We gotta have a 5th person. We're gonna do this giveaway.
Somebody gonna have to spell it for him.
Shuttle. Think you'll put D's in there?
I'm just trying. I'm just waiting to see if he's listening. There it is.
Thank you guys for sharing on Facebook.
Appreciate the shares.
For sure.
Man, it's just hard to believe that it's been a year ago. So much has happened to both of us in the last year.
It's hard to believe that I'm only on episode 30 after a year. 52 weeks. We tried doing one a week forever.
Right.
We're only made it to 30.
Well, we did a couple of weeks there for a while. We did like what 5 days in a row with it when we first started.
I did reach out to Rosanna Powers too. Remember her?
Oh yeah.
Talked to
I'd
her,
love to get her back.
very, very briefly. She said she's willing to come back. We just gotta give her a heads up. Obviously, she's a busy lady and all that stuff. But that was one of the best opportunities I think we've probably had as a show. And I don't know. I don't even remember. I think I was hosting, or I don't know what was happening. But
we had severe weather here and
it was
severe
terrible.
weather there.
We had
we couldn't get the stream.
It kicked on and off like 6 different times.
Actually, it was severe weather in Memphis and severe weather at your house at the same time. So neither one of us could host.
And yeah, I tried piecing together because Twitch came up with like 8 different VODs from the same episode, where it kept picking up and reconnecting. And I couldn't even make an episode. So that was episode 4. I specifically remember because that was the only episode up until episode 26 I didn't have on the internet. And then when I went to episode 27, that was the one where I didn't upload it to YouTube because pardon me. I had the VA just put me on some new muscle relaxers, and I had took one, and like I'm sure Meat Shield remembers this. I texted him like 2 hours before the show, and I'm like, dude, I am dying. Like I can't talk. He watched the show and texted me after. He's like, hey bro, you okay? Because I was slurring so bad. Like I had to pay so much attention to what I was reading and saying to even make words. It was terrible. So I didn't upload that to YouTube. So the only 2 episodes we're missing are the one where the meds got me fucked up and the weather was so bad in both of our houses that it wouldn't even we couldn't keep a steady connection. All right. Meat Shield says, I'll ask my family when I'm out there, but I know one will most likely won't be able to due to their active duty job. So they can still, if they're active duty, they can still make a short video. They'll know if they have some sort of secret security clearance or something to where they can't say stuff. They will know what not to say, and if they don't have any sort of clearance job, then they don't. Soggy Frito Pie says, howdy, does law enforcement count for what, buddy? I don't know what we're talking about. You're in chat.
Oh, that's right. He got that job as a mall cop. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. That's basically what I do with my life. Being on the channel. Hell yeah. Yeah. Any military, former military, first responders, volunteer firemen, freaking emergency first responder, the lowest tier of medical staff you can get on your volunteer fire department for a town of 400 people. All of it counts.
Let's just put it this way. If you do anything to improve the community that you live in, you count. Doesn't matter if it's an official title or not.
So, Soggy Frito Pie, go ahead and type into chat the word shuttle so we can give away this month of Vet TV.
You'll definitely have to spell it for him. He's West Coast.
Shuttle.
Where? West Coast.
You're in Arizona,
Yo.
right, Steven?
Bingo. All right, there it is. We got our 5th. Is that cutting the far left side of that off for you guys?
New Mexico.
Yeah,
It's,
it is.
it's cutting my head off too.
Not that far west coast.
My head ain't that big. Come on now.
All right, I'm dropping you a shot in your pictures channel. That
Okay, you'll hear the loop. Every time you send me a message, it says loop. Oh, I turn it. All right, we got 5 people in our giveaway. Count them. Undo, Trey, 4 or 5, whatever. Do,
there's
Trey,
the proper spelling.
Char,
Chado.
Panj. Okay, we're rolling them up. Winner is Dactyl Davy. Gets a
Woohoo.
free month.
Heck yeah. First
the
thing he's
record-
ever won in his life.
For the record, Cowboy, that dog
Woohoo!
is white and brown, not brown and white.
Oh, mostly white.
Yeah.
All
Eh,
right.
he
Potato,
says-
potato.
Congrats,
There-
Dactyl Davy.
You actually can't see most of the brown on him. His whole left side is brown.
Yeah, but still looking at him, 80%. Yeah, 80%.
Yeah,
is
he's
white.
more white than brown. He's going to be big. He's not going to be very tall, but he's going to be big. He
That's
is
what I say.
about 10 to 12 weeks old.
Gonna be big. Might not be long or wide, but it's gonna be big. Get it?
Nope.
Why'd you get quiet?
Explain that.
Nope, I'm not explaining nothing. We're done.
Google it.
All right, what do we got going on here? It is time to go do our veteran spotlights. Speedy
Sure.
says, me just being a mod for this channel counts and having military connections too. Absolutely.
Truth.
Yeah, Speedy. That's like we talk about, doing good for your community. It doesn't have to be a physical community. You do good for the online community. You're a mod for this channel. I know you modded for Cowboy Cody, helped him out tremendously. You mod for a lot of people that we all love and care for, and you're part of the crew. That's it.
Yeah.
The only reason I
Oh.
ask Patriotic about law enforcement is because I'm in law enforcement. When he said I was a mall cop, it's not a mall cop. I'm not a mall cop. I actually work for law enforcement.
I didn't say mall cop. That was somebody else.
did.
That was somebody else who put you down.
Yeah,
They got to repaint all his iRacing paint schemes and put blues and
All
reds
over.
on them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So there is actually a way to do that to where you build a light bar on top of the car and you mess with the alpha layer. So as they go
There's
around the
mod for that.
tracks, the blues and reds flop and flash. Pretty cool.
So, veteran spotlight's the next part we're going into, and whenever Stephen asked, does law enforcement count? I don't think he was talking about this, but it's relevant because law enforcement counts. So oh, that's still highlighted green. You guys can't see what I'm typing. So law enforcement, medical staff, fucking nurses, doctors, whoever.
EMTs,
Yeah.
first responders of all kinds. And you know, over this last year, man, think about all the things that we've been through. We played so many different games together. We actually got together and hung out and went to the races. Been a pretty incredible year.
Absolutely. It's been a fantastic year. Trying to figure out how to not highlight this. There we go. Law enforcement, medical staff, firefighters, and any first responders. How about just regular first responders? And any first responders, please send in a video. There you go. We call it the Veteran Spotlight, but you could be a veteran of the military, you could be a veteran of law enforcement, you could be a veteran of community service. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you volunteer at your local animal shelter. If you are a positive impact on your family, your household, your community, your city, and those around you, get your name out
We
there.
want to know.
Yeah, we want to know. That's the shit we want to talk about. So,
I'm none of those things. I was a POW in Chicago for 2 years while I
no,
was in
that's a
college.
POS, not POW. Different. All right,
Oh,
we're going to our veteran spotlight portion of today. So please, this is like 4.5, 5-minute video. These are all people that I served with. I met through somebody who met them. I met, who knows how many tiers down the line it goes, but this is our veteran spotlight section where regular people get to put their face on the screen and you guys get to meet them. So please enjoy and be respectful.
Hey guys, my name is Jeremy Miller. Served in the Illinois Army National Guard for a little over 6 years. Deployed once to Iraq, 05 to 06. Still reside in Illinois. Work for a company called All States Ag Parts and also run a self-storage business with my business partner. Married for almost 12 years now. 2 kids, a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old that keep us very busy. Hope everyone has a good day out there.
How you doing, y'all? I'm Dustin Armstrong. I'm from Champaign, Illinois. I served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps. I was stationed in 29 Palms with 2-7. I deployed 3 times to Iraq, 2 times as an infantryman, and once as a pig. And currently live in Corpus Christi, Texas. And I met my beautiful wife, Veronica, and we have 2 little boys, Harlan and Kylan. Hoorah!
I'm Alex Coons, where I served in the Illinois Army National Guard from 2003 to 2009. Served in Iraq from 2005 2006 as an infantryman. I got out as a Sergeant E5. From the time I got out to now, basically I'm iron worker, welder, pipe fitter, whatever the skilled trade is. I learn it and I go from there.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'm Devin Elrod. I did 4 years in the Coast Guard, just got out in January 2023. I did a year and a half in Baltimore on a 175-foot buoy tender, just patrolling, doing H to navigations, make sure the waterways were safe. I did about 13 weeks at A School, Machinery Technician A School in Yorktown, Virginia. Learned how to work on diesel engines, gasoline, inboard, outboard, all that cool kind of stuff. Then I went to a 87-foot patrol boat in Galveston, Texas, and that's where I spent the last 3 years of my tour. Patrolling off the shore of Galveston, about 200 nautical miles out, enforcing maritime law, migrant interdictions, drug interdictions, all that kind of cool stuff. And I eventually got out as a machinery technician 3rd class, and now I'm a diesel mechanic back home in North Carolina, living happy and loving life.
Hi, my name is Cord Greger. I served in the Army active duty from 2005 to 2013. I was deployed to Afghanistan 2011 to 2012 as a field artillery cannon crew member, but I served as a section chief and ammo team chief while deployed. I am now 35 and I work at Pontiac Correctional Center in Illinois as a lieutenant. I have a wife, 5 kids, and been an interesting career, rough journey through transition from military to civilian world, but here I am.
Hey guys, my name is Chris Hefner. I served in the Illinois Army National Guard for 8 years. I was a staff sergeant. I was deployed 2 times, once in 2005 to 2006 in Iraq, and then for a second time, 2008, 2009 in Afghanistan. Currently, I reside in the great state of Tennessee. I run a small boutique barbell personal training gym, and I've got a lovely wife and a kid on the way, and we're loving life, doing pretty good.
Hi, my name is John. I was in the United States Army from 1976 to 1982. I was a missile operator for air defense and a team leader. I was Army discharged in 82, went back to civilian life, worked in the trucking industry for a while. Then when that didn't quite pan out, I started working as a corrections officer, cadet, and I got sick in the academy. Wound up working at the time for Kitchen and for Volusia County and Sonoma County Kitchen as a civilian worker. And in 2017, I retired, and I've been retired since then. I've enjoyed myself.
Hey everybody, Marcus Hadfield, served in the Illinois National Guard for 11 years, deployed twice, once to Louisiana to train the soldiers going to Iraq, 0304 the second time, 0809 to Afghanistan. I currently am working for Illinois Department of Transportation and own Hattie Livestock Farms. I have a beautiful wife and 4 children. Hope you guys are having a great day.
Oh yeah, what you think?
Good video, man.
That was all right. Yeah, that took it took what, 5 minutes to watch?
Right.
It took an hour and 5 minutes to put together.
Can you imagine how many hours it took all together for all of them doing all that, especially when we were first learning how to do
Oh
it?
my lord. Yeah, Brad says, "Damn,
Crazy.
Dustin's beard got long." Yeah, it did. Yeah, he's
I got some catching up to do.
So I'm trying to figure out if I know who Brad is. I think I do.
You know Brad from Did you do fantasy football this year with us? No. Okay. And I don't think he did fantasy NASCAR with us, so
I may not.
no, he's just well, he's one of my buddies I met down in college back when I was a college kid, you know. I started college at how old was I? 23 or something. I was a freshman. And he was older, and our buddy Dustin, the guy he's talking about, the bald guy with the big beard in that video there, he just got out of the Marine Corps, I just got out of the Army, and we all three just hooked up and became buddies, you know? Some of them friendships last. So, hell yeah. Thanks for that addition to our veteran spotlight, Lance Corporal Dustin Armstrong from Tejas. Our next portion is upcoming events for veterans and first responders. So,
Before we jump into that, I'm gonna have to excuse myself. I got some stuff I got to take care of. I did want to make sure I checked in for at least a little bit today. This is a pretty cool day for the show.
Heck yeah, man! I appreciate you coming by, and obviously appreciate all your work over the past year.
All right, man. I'll be catching up with you here in the near future, and we're doing the race this year.
Yeah, we got to talk about that because I looked at the seating and the camping and everything, and the camping prices over tripled.
Oh, really?
It was $100 last year. It's $350 this year.
Okay, so we pick somewhere else to camp.
Yeah, I don't know what St. Louis thinks they're doing or what they think they have to offer, but I'm not paying $350 to camp and $40 to go to a race.
The reason is because now after COVID, a lot of major events are getting canceled and pushed back still. They said that for the Super Bowl, over 10,000 private jets flew in for that game. You know, that's so. I mean, I imagine the races do the same thing. A lot of people come in, and with the shortage of events to attend, these other events are starting to get crowded, so they're able to jack the prices up, and people will pay out the nose to do it. But we can sort the camping out. We'll figure that out.
Well, I've been part of Illinois motorsports for a long time, and this is exactly what our state does. So, you know, we used to have a track right up the road from my house in Joliet, Chicagoland Speedway, right?
Right.
They priced themselves out of a NASCAR race. They wanted more money and more money, more money. They built on their facility so much, and they built tracks next to it, and they built all this other crap, the drag strip, a dirt track, all that stuff, to where they had to charge so much for their tickets, people stopped showing up. And the same thing, the exact same thing has happened in St. Louis. The first year I went there, it cost me and my family $15 for 4 of us to go to the NASCAR truck series there. That was the first event they had there. Right? The second year, they only had trucks and cup. They didn't even bring the Xfinity cars there. And then guess what it cost me? $14 plus $100 for the camping, right? Last year you showed up. It cost 14. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Now last year I bought tickets. It was I got free tickets to the truck race through VetTix. Shout out to VetTix. And I bought NASCAR tickets because I wanted the seats that we sat in, the good seats. I didn't want to sit, somewhere shitty. It was like $60 for the seats and $100 for camping. So for $160 we were into the weekend, right?
Now we're looking at $500.
Just $350 for camping. Plus 4 tickets at $60 a piece. That's $800
Yeah.
for 4 people. That's a drastic change.
Yeah, and then by the time you add food, if you eat at the track, you can figure another $250 for food for 3 days at least.
Yep. Which
I mean,
me, I ain't eating no track food. I'll bring.
Nah, we'll cook. We'll cook at the camper.
I'll call my buddy Marcus. We'll get a half cow and bring it.
Right.
But all right, man. I appreciate you checking in.
You call my buddy Doug, and we'll just bring half of a beefalo.
That'll work too.
He's got half a beefalo in the freezer.
It don't taste the greatest, but
No.
after a couple of brewskis, put some A1 on there. I can eat about anything.
Meat's meat.
Why you got A1 on that steak? Because I love A1. If it came in packets, I'd eat it out of a
Salty
packet.
goodness.
All
right, man. You guys have a good day. Thanks for having me on. It's good to see you again.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna hop off here. I'll catch you guys later.
See you, Steven. Bye, Cowboy. Y'all take care. All right. So we are at the upcoming events for veterans and first responders. So I'm gonna put a link in chat here. This is the VA's. We lost another one. Who else we lose? Oh, it's just Steven Cowboy. Okay. Yeah, they both said they're gone. That link is the broadest link that there is. So if you click it, it'll take you to the VA website, and then you can type in your zip code, and it'll pop up things, events, outreach events in your area. If you're a civilian, you can go volunteer at these events. If you're a veteran, you can go partake or volunteer in these events. Some events, they got like food drives or job fairs or clothing drives, stuff like that. Anything. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. You can spend 30 minutes going to help somebody, or you can spend a week setting up a whole event for yourself and go and help somebody. But either way, it's fantastic. If you look, let's see, directly to my whatever that is, that VetTix poster, right? You can put your phone right up that QR code, and if you are a veteran or a first responder of any sort, then you can scroll through their events, and they have events. I mean, I just looked today. There's over 2,000 events right now they're going to give you tickets for. Tickets have been donated to their nonprofit organization, and they just give them back to veterans or first responders, obviously. So that's a very good thing. Oh boy. I don't know if. All right, I think I plugged in my national park video into the. Sure I did. All right. Well, bear with me. So I'm gonna try to do our national park video now. If it goes through, then we're good. If it doesn't go through, I might have to click a couple things and then it'll go through. So bear with me. And this is the part of the show where we check out one of our national treasures.
Hyundai Tucson versus Toyota.
And shocker, an ad, so I can't even tell if I got the right video or not. There it is. This is the right video. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
Standing in the deep ravine at Little Bighorn, you can see the markers purportedly marking the locations of the dead men of the 7th U.S. Cavalry as they tried to escape or break out from the high ground off in that direction, Custer Hill, Keogh Sector, Calhoun Hill over there. And some of them, 40 men, mostly of Company E, tried to get out this way. I think this drawing does a good job sort of showing the U.S. soldiers trying to get away, and, Lakota Sioux and other people, just firing down upon them. They're in their own mini sort of crater here. And, it's a tough fight to understand, namely because everybody, 100% kill ratio among the U.S. soldiers. We do have accounts of the U.S. soldiers who were over in the other sector of the battlefield, where most survived, over from the Reno-Benteen part of the battlefield. We also have accounts from, surviving warriors who were here talking about it, trying to mesh those together. Archaeological investigations have really gone a long way to try to understand this place. Super cool terrain here. It looks just like it looks in pictures, but even these videos don't do it justice, namely the undulations and the grandeur and beauty of the place. I highly recommend a visit to Little Bighorn. By the way, that flag there marks the National Cemetery. Stunning view, one of so many here at Little Bighorn. We're at the Reno-Benteen site, and we can really well look out toward where Major Reno with 3 companies, I think it's G, A, and M, are really fighting out that way. They come from this direction toward the south end of the Indian village. We're talking about Lakota, Cheyenne, there's Sioux, Arapaho, and others, and they come to the south end, and at first they're not confronted by much. They take on skirmish order instead of going directly into the village, and hundreds of warriors start pouring out, and they are terribly outnumbered. I think they probably number more than 1,000 warriors eventually, and they are going to get around his flank. They kind of show it here, if I may. I guess it's my video, so of course I may. Here comes Reno in. He forms a skirmish line right there. Here come all the warriors. And note, they're not all coming right at Reno. They're going around him there as well. That forces Reno to pull back into the timber. He goes in this direction, and that is off in that general area of the timber you see there. That fight, that cannot happen too long. He's going to cross the Little Bighorn there and then make his way up some of these valleys and whatnot. And as you look, you can see some of the death site markers actually dotting the terrain. Let me focus in on one here. Absolutely stunning to finally be here. All right. This is Weir Point, or environs, here at the Little Bighorn battlefield. And from here, Company Commander Captain Thomas Weir, Civil War veteran, was able to see part of the Custer battlefield and saw Native Americans, Indians, Lakota, Sioux, Arapaho, Northern Cheyenne returning from victory in the fight. And you can see the Custer battlefield right out there. What a view from here.
All right, that video was from the American Battlefield Trust on YouTube. Appreciate them for putting that on there. I thought that was a pretty good one. That was a tour of the Little Bighorn Battlefield. The Little Bighorn Battlefield National Monument in Montana was renamed from Custer Battlefield Monument in 1991, which was redesignated in 1946 from a national cemetery of Custer's Battlefield Reservation. It memorializes the U.S. Army 7th Cavalry, Crow, and Arikara Scouts and the Lakotas, Cheyennes, and Arapaho in one of American Indians' last armed efforts to preserve their way of life. On June 25th and 26th of 1876, 263 soldiers, including Lieutenant Colonel George A. Custer and attached personnel of U.S. Army, died fighting several thousand Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho warriors. Phone just vibrate? You know? Okay. All right. Let's some congressional activity. So I have what usually I have a bunch of emails from Fast Democracy, which is where I track like my congressional activity type of stuff from. Basically any bills that have to do with like service members, veterans, first responders. I click track and they send me an email when anything pops up, any changes are made, anybody votes on anything, whatever. But today I did one and was so irritated by the time I got done doing one, I said I'm done. So bear with me, and we'll hopefully you guys will understand where I'm coming from. So congressional activity, House Resolution 6679, titled "No Immigration Benefits for Hamas Terrorist Act." This bill imposes immigration-related penalties on certain non-U.S. nationals, aliens under federal law, who are involved with terrorism or attacks against Israel. Under this bill, members of Palestine Islamic Jihad or Hamas who participated in or otherwise facilitated the October 7, 2023 attacks on Israel may not be admitted into the United States. The bill also expands an existing admissions bar against officers, representatives, and spokespersons of the Palestinian Liberation Organization. Under this bill, all PLO members are barred from admission into the United States. The bill also prohibits any non-U.S. national who participated in or otherwise facilitated the October 7, 2023 attacks from seeking any immigration-related relief or protections, including protection from being deported to a country where the individual's life or freedom would be threatened, or asylum in the United States. Everybody get it? Everybody understand what I just read? So basically they're saying, our Congress got together and sat around a table and for their six-figure salary said, we shouldn't let terrorists come in our country. Not just terrorists, also people who fund terrorists. What a bunch of dumb shits we have in our Congress. They sat around their fancy wooden table and made a law to keep illegal immigrants out. They're already illegal. Honestly, I stopped reading my emails. There are so many more dumb shit laws like this one being introduced and voted on and whatever, put to committee. I'm just over it. If you guys find any important congressional shit going on, let me know because we'll definitely talk about it. But our senators are literally getting paid right now to make laws that are already laws. It's asinine. It's absurd. It's bullshit. I do have one more conversation about some congressional activity. I don't know how far it has gone or anything. I know it's been proposed, so I don't know much beyond the proposal. Senior enlisted leaders urge lawmakers to improve pay and housing for troops. This short paraphrase I made is from an article by Svetlana Skolnikova. Yeah. The military's top enlisted leaders called on lawmakers Wednesday to focus on improving pay and housing for service members, describing them as the most pressing quality of life concerns for troops. Troops have received blanket pay raises for the last several years, but Congress has not approved targeted raises for specific ranks since 2007. Poor housing conditions, particularly in barracks for the youngest service members, were the subject of scathing government watchdog report last year. Quote, a couple of these problems are so big that if we don't start taking immediate action on them now, we're going to miss the curve in the future. End quote. Said Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, James Honia. James Honia. Yeah. We must start today. Honia and the other leaders offered their testimony to the House Armed Services Committee's Special Quality of Life panel. The House Armed Services Committee's Special Quality of Life Panel. That's the title, just so you know. So of all the bullshit people we've already got in the House and whatever, they have an Armed Services Committee, right? Now they're saying the Armed Services Committee has a special panel that's called the Quality of Life Panel. My lord. As it finalizes efforts to provide service members with better pay and compensation, housing, child care, spousal support programs, and access to health care. The legislative proposals will be part of the drafting of the 2025 National Defense Authorization Act, also known as NDAA, for those of you who watch, an annual bill that sets policies for the Pentagon. Read more. There is a link in the document that is pinned to the top. That is all we were talking about Congress for today, because those two burnt me out. We do have some news of the week. Let's see, we got news of the week, and then we do have some other topics. I just want to make sure we got plenty of time in the show to do some more giveaway stuff, okay? All right. News of the week. 5 things to know. Beach Shield, you still in here?
Of course I am.
All right, cool. Why don't you help me read some of these? I'll do the first one since it's kind of long and I'm on camera, and you can do the second one. Sound good?
All right.
Oh yeah. All right. So 5 things to know according to the American Legion, and the American Legion's 5 things to know. They do it once a week, and it's fantastic. It's like some of the most non-biased and accurate news stories you're gonna get. President Joe Biden said Sunday that the U.S. shall respond after 3 American troops were killed and dozens more were injured in an overnight drone attack in northeast Jordan near the Syrian border. Biden blamed Iran-backed militias for the first U.S. fatalities after months of strikes by such groups against American forces across the Middle East since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. Update. I got this from Andrew at the Epoch Times. The United States has begun its retaliation against Iran-backed groups in Iraq and Syria for their alleged involvement in an attack last week that killed 3 U.S. service members. U.S. forces conducted airstrikes against more than 85 targets in Iraq and Syria against Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, Quds Force, and affiliated militia groups, according to a statement released by U.S. Central Command, which oversees operations in the region. The strikes were conducted with numerous aircraft to include long-range bombers flown from the U.S. and employed more than 125 precision munitions. That's the vaguest shit I've ever heard. 125 precision munitions. So they want you to think this is like JDAMs, right? I don't know what this is.
Tomahawks or something?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, me with a 308 could be considered a precision munition, right?
Right, they used 125 bullets.
Right. So it's the vaguest shit they're ever going to talk about. Long-range bombers flown from the United States, and then in a separate quote, they employed more than 125 precision munitions. Well, any point target munition, such as a bullet, is a precision. I don't know. Whatever. I just know that they better be making some damn lasagna out of them people over there. I'm tired of fighting Middle Easterners. All right. Point 2. Got it? Yemen?
Yeah. Yemen's Houthi rebels said they attacked the U.S. Navy mobile base at sea Monday without offering evidence, something immediately rejected by an American defense official. Houthi military spokesperson Brigadier General
Oh boy.
Yahya
Sari
claimed that the group fired a missile at the USS Louis B. Puller in the Gulf of Aden. The Puller, which serves as a floating landing base, has been earlier stationed in the Arabian Sea as part of the American efforts to curtail Houthi attacks on commercial shipping through the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un supervised test firings of the new cruise missiles designed to be launched from submarines and also reviewed efforts to build a nuclear-powered submarine while reiterating its goal of building a nuclear-armed navy to counter what he portrays as growing external threats, stated State media said Monday. So
You want me to get this one?
North Korea is trying to build a nuclear navy. Okay. You're 100
Yeah,
years
right.
late to the punch, but whatever. Yeah, good.
Members of the House Armed Services Committee Special Panel on Military Quality of Life Issues. Can we just talk about this? Will hold their first public hearing and one of their last formal events this week as the group begins to wrap up nearly a year of work on the topic. Really? A year? The
I'm telling
bipartisan
you.
panel is. We have an issue. Let's fix it. Problem solved. The bipartisan panel has held numerous roundtables out of the public's eye with military families, advocates, and military officials to discuss problems and fixes they see among service members. The group is expected to offer recommendations in coming weeks on a host of proposals to help military families, including new pay boost, child care assistance, and oversight, housing oversight. A year on it, coming weeks.
So, yeah. So, I love that we have two different angles on the same story, right? Yeah, we did just talk about this. So the first one that we talked about was an actual publication from the U.S. Congress that this topic has been brought up, basically. And this, the one you just read, is from a publication from the American Legion, which is.
I got you.
So no one in the American Legion is an active duty service member. They're all veterans and family members. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, the one that's officially from the U.S. Congress says, "Yep, hey, we brought this up and we're talking about it." The American Legion is like, "Yeah, this is a year old already." So, shocker, these people have drawn six-figure salaries for a year and still, all they've done is turn it over to a committee, basically, right?
Right.
The group is expected to offer recommendations in the coming weeks. So they've had over a year, and hopefully, sometime soon, they're going to say something. That's what we got. I'm telling you, there are a bunch of assholes in there. Speedy says, "Did you see what I said in chat?" What chat, buddy? I guess the answer is no, because I don't know what you're talking about.
It might be that he found out both his grandpas on his dad's side were in the military.
A lot has happened too since all of us got the show started a year ago, including me. I found out that both of my grandpas on my dad's side were both in the military. Yeah, I did see that. I just shot you a quick response that said, "Heck yes, Speedy." I mean, that's a prideful thing. I think it's a prideful thing. I know we've talked several times about, see, one or both of your grandfathers. You got one of your grandfather's horns, right? And then I don't know if it was the same grandfather or the other grandfather who was told to destroy all his records. Is that the same guy with the horn or the other grandfather? I got ice cubes in my drink, boys. He says the one with the records was my. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And then a grandfather had a horn, and now you figured out that your other grandfather also served. Do you know? I'm gonna go back up. I know. The horn was your dad. Oh, okay. I thought the horn was a grandfather, and so your dad served. Maybe not in the U.S. military, but under the U.S. military, right? Speedy, you're more than welcome to join voice chat if you want. It's up to you, but you're always welcome, buddy. You have a tank, the horn. I have a tankard from my other grandpa. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's cool, man. I wish my grandfather actually served in the U.S. Army and the U.S. Navy, and all I've got's like his orders. Basically, that's pretty much it. Your dad was a UK Royal Marine. Hell yeah. That's good shit, Speedy. All right, so we got other topics, and then that's it. All right.
No, you got the last point there, don't you? Number 5.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll do number 5, and then we're gonna do a giveaway. Point 5 and a giveaway. Point 5 of the American Legion's 5 Things to Know is the United States and Iraq held a first session of formal talks Saturday in Baghdad aimed at winding down the mission of a U.S.-led military coalition formed to fight the Islamic State group in Iraq. Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani said in a statement that he had sponsored, quote, the commencement of the first round of bilateral dialogue between Iraq and the United States of America to end the mission of the coalition in Iraq. I don't think he said that. You're telling me this guy said bilateral dialogue? Come on. Michel, you with me? Did this guy say bilateral dialogue or did he say something else?
Probably said something else.
Censorship, let me tell you. All right. We're doing a giveaway. Let's see here. Let's see. Pick a keyword. Aisha, we'll see. Pick a keyword. We'll do one keyword and then the last we got one more month of Vet TV to give away. And then the last giveaway is going to be a $10 gift card to whatever. So your keyword is service.
Yeah.
All right, Oh, I gotta spell it right. Service is the keyword. Look here. Reset. So if you want to be part of this next giveaway, you gotta type the word service in. And your entry did not count because you said it before. I said it. Shield. There you go. Alright, viewers. Type the word service in the chat if you want to be entered into this next giveaway, which is for 1 month free of Vet TV. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and read the first topic from other topics. This is a article that I conglomerated, I put together from the Epoch Times and the New York Times. The Oregon Supreme Court has just ruled that almost all of the Republican senators in the state are banned from running for re-election. This ruling means that 90% of Oregon's Republican senators are essentially being kicked out of the chamber. At the moment, 57% of Oregon Senate seats are held by Democrats and 37% are held by Republicans. The remaining 7% are held by independents. And since the Oregon State Senate doesn't have something akin to a filibuster, this means, in practical terms, that the minority Republicans can do nothing. Oregon is one of a few states that prohibit state legislators from convening an official session unless 2/3 of lawmakers are present. Republicans in recent years have used that requirement to their advantage, walking off the job in order to stall bills on climate, policy, taxes, abortion. In a state that once prided itself on bipartisan collaboration, voters altered the state constitution in 2022 to ban such absenteeism. Under the new rules, lawmakers who have 10 unexcused absences during a legislative session are barred from re-election. 10 lawmakers, including Tim Nope, the Senate Minority Leader, repeatedly boycotted legislative work last year to stall legislation on abortion, transgender issues, drug policy, and guns. The walkouts lasted weeks, delaying action on hundreds of bills. What do you think about that?
I get the absenteeism, and I like the fact that they have something in there because when it's not us, they shouldn't be able to do it. But the whole the whole system's broke. That's what it is. The system's just broke. One has more power, and they can just walk all over the other one.
But see, that's the thing is they couldn't walk all of the other one if they showed up. Like I get,
Well,
I
if you have more votes, if you're the majority, you're going to pass anything that you want to.
assuming you all agree. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, as far as
I would
most
assume
of those
all
issues, I'm sure.
Democrats don't hate guns. You know what I mean?
Right, and I'm sure all Republicans don't like them. It's just
Right.
in general. I mean, the general sense of it, it's no different than it is in the U.S. Congress. I mean,
But you're
one
voted into office by the populace that you're supposed to be representing and supporting, and then because you didn't get your way, you just don't show up to work.
No, and that's why I say I get that, and I agree
Yeah.
with the whole absenteeism thing. You need to
Yeah.
be there to do your job.
I
That's
agree.
literally what you're getting paid to do.
Oh,
But
I thought you meant you agreed with them being absent.
no, I don't like the fact that they could just walk off,
Yeah, me
especially like when if it's the other person in power, if Republicans were in power and not the Democrats. Yeah, that
Yep.
shouldn't happen. But
No, that's dumb.
the fact that it's
Dumb and childish.
well, it's no different than this state. If the state we live in, if the Democrats were fully in power, then they wouldn't be able to just pass assault rifle bans and everything else they want to just because they have all the votes.
Yeah, we can talk about that for a year probably.
Yeah, I'm just talking about votes. Period. It's
Looking
just
around
the
this
way.
room that I'm in right now.
Yeah, I had I didn't tell you about my boating accident. Lost all my guns.
You too?
Yeah, I know. It seems to be like a epidemic going around or something.
All right. Well, 2 people typed in the word service in the chat for a chance to win. So
It shows we're down to 6, and 2 have already won.
well, that's easy. You both win. How about that? I give you both free month.
All right. What do I? You know what? You just send me whatever it is you need to send me.
Yeah, I'll reach out after the show. We don't gotta put emails out during the show or nothing like that. Basically, that's all it requires is the email. I'll email you a link, the website, and you just type in the code, and it'll give you a month. So Speedy, you win. Beast Shield, you win. Win, win,
Congrats,
win, win,
Speedy.
win.
Everybody's a winner.
Everybody was a winner. All right. And the last one we're gonna do is a $10 gift card. So, I read the Epoch Times. Do you wanna read the Texas one?
Yeah, I can do that. Give me 2 seconds.
Now these, I typed this in. This is all my words, so I don't.
Oh, all right.
This is an open conversation that could last another half an hour. I don't know because I don't know what the hell's going on.
What is going on with Texas?
Yeah.
Are they going to withdraw from the union? How hard is the Biden administration going to push for these illegal immigrants that are flooding into our country? Cartels are trafficking humans and drugs more than ever. More American tax dollars are going towards illegals than ever. And American tolerance of immigrants is an all-time low. Trouble is brewing, and I'm looking for land in Texas. Yeehaw.
Okay, that last sentence. I was supposed to read that, I guess.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm right there with you, dude.
Troubles are brewing. I'm looking for land. Like, man, I can sell my house and I can go buy 5 acres and a horse. Like,
Probably get more than that.
so for real, what's the end state? That's a military term for after everything's all done, after all the commotion and fighting's over with, and the dust settles. Where are we at? What is the end state of this? So Texas doesn't want illegals, right? They're tired of people coming to their state. and not paying taxes, and
crime.
they're not paying into the fund that they're drawing out of, basically, right? That's the big deal
Right.
here.
But not just not paying in, they costing money.
That's what I'm
Lots of
saying.
it.
They're not paying
Like
into the pot
crime and
that they're
not
drawing
even
out
just
of.
right, yeah. But I mean, not just yeah. I guess that would be everything, wouldn't it?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But
It's
yeah,
very, very broad.
it's
They're
not
not
just
paying
like
into the pot that they're
housing
drawing out
and
of.
money, but
All the
it's
stuff.
also the crime and shit.
Healthcare, voting, licenses, visas, all the shit. They're not paying into the pot that they're drawing out of. That's the issue. So, Texas has started erecting physical borders, physical barricades. And the Biden administration has publicly stated that that's a no-go. Stop that shit, knock it off, don't do it. Right?
Yeah.
What what next?
Well, took them to court, and Texas says we have this right. Every state has this right. We're being invaded.
Yep. Right now they have 3 cases open in the court, so doesn't sound like a whole lot's been settled. I don't think court's the answer. I mean,
I don't think they're gonna either of them are gonna listen to the court.
I've been to Texas. You've been to Tennessee with me. You've been to South Carolina with me. How them motherfuckers operate? You know,
Yeah, yeah. They're not putting up with that.
like you remember that time we went to? I think it was actually North Carolina, wasn't it? Or was it South Carolina? Asheville.
North.
Yeah, I think it's in
North.
North Carolina. Yeah. Could you imagine just walking up to that apartment complex we went to and being like, "Oh hey, we're just here to notify everyone that the federal government says that you guys have to pay $20 today, or something."
Get out so we can give it to illegals.
Right. Or that. Hey, you got to move out today. Do you think those people would abide by that?
Hell no.
Hell no, me either. That's just regular ass people. Like they don't know what's going on. They're not part of the big picture, you know, they're not privileged.
Well, I think this is part of the biggest issue with politicians nowadays. With the bigger politicians, Congress, president, all that stuff, is that they're so out of touch with reality for what the general person deals with and all that. If you're not living in a big city and the elite or whatever, you're not.
Well, especially
They don't have the right.
Especially career politicians, right?
Right. They have no idea. They're so
Guys
out
like
of touch.
Joe Biden that have been a politician drawing a 6-figure salary for 52 years, he has no idea what the cost of a gallon of milk is, or a gallon of gas, or anything.
Right. Well, I mean, he became a millionaire in office. I mean, making not enough money to become a millionaire and all that. I mean, leaving out all the other crap to do with that guy, but and his family.
Yeah, they're out of touch. It's a bad, crazy, dangerous, all that shit.
It's kind of like looking at like when we have presidential elections and you look at the states by county as to which color they are, and you can see that like Chicago, Springfield, St. Louis, Illinois dictate the entire state, but the rest of the entire state's red.
Yeah,
or whatever,
our state. So for those of you who don't know, me, Shield, and I are both from Illinois. Every single election, every national election anyway, our entire state is red from top to bottom, except for up here, you have one little blue corner, and then down here you have one little blue corner, and then over here, Chicago, Springfield, and Champaign always vote Democratic, and they control the whole state. Every year.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It's just the way it goes. But, you know, eventually, I believe, this is kind of like an off-topic or whatever, but eventually I believe the power is going to come down to work. You know, Chicago, like there's tons of intelligence jobs or logistics jobs, stuff like that, right? Computer jobs, basically. And then the rest of the state, we're farmers. I mean, let's be honest. We're farmers, we're welders, we're manufacturers, pipe fitters, auto workers, whatever, right? So we can actually send physical products to the places that we need to send stuff to. Name the last physical product Chicago sent out.
Sorry.
Been
What was that last bit?
Name the last. Name a physical product that Chicago exports. What do they export?
Illegals?
No, a product.
I know. I was just giving shit. I can't say that Chicago, like any one thing, like they don't export coal or something like that, but I know that a lot of things come from Chicago.
No,
But that's just
no.
because the business is there.
It's everything that comes from Chicago is digital. It's all technological and logistics. Period.
Well, I know factories that are there and stuff like that.
What factories?
Like one of my branches of my factory is there.
7 out of every 10 steel factories in Chicago are shut down.
Ours is still going, but that, I mean, I understand it's getting harder and harder. Well, that's a taxes thing and regulations and everything else they're freaking trying to do.
We send our food to Chicago. Our beef, our oats, our corn, our wheat, all that stuff, right? To feed all them people.
They're a money pit, yeah.
And what do they send to us?
Legislation.
Right.
Because that's pretty much where it comes from.
We're filling their bellies, and they're not filling our wallets. They're not filling our bank accounts. Not filling our driveways with nice cars. You know what I mean? Like, as far as physical products go, the rest of the state outweighs Chicago, Springfield, and Champaign by a healthy amount. And someday they'll realize it. I don't know when or how, but it's going to happen. So anyways, you got anything else to talk about, or are we done with this show?
Did you see well, just on a side note for Chicago there, did you see the new, what the heck's it called? I'd have to Google it real quick. The new gun legislation, safer stuff they're trying to do.
No, not really real.
Yeah, this is like a lot of people died in, this last year. Gun violence is up 14% from last year. So they're rolling out on a whole new plan to take it out on the law-abiding citizens.
Shocker. Hey, the people who break laws carry guns. You know what we should do to fix it? Let's make the people who follow law follow more. Yeah.
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 You want a stupid population?
Yeah, I'm going to Texas. Whatever. All right, recap and close. Let's do one more giveaway. So I'm gonna do this one for everyone who is in chat who is not one. Can you see this? See it, right?
So like Pride Gaming?
Yep. Heat Shield and Speedy already won. So we got Cowboy, American Pride Gaming, Brad, Caleb Brew, Paula, Sharpay Lady, and Soggy Peter Pie. All left in the drawing. This is for a $10 gift card. There's no keywords, nothing. This is just a thanks for signing in. Thanks for checking us out. And thanks for active chat. Reroll. It's Kayla Brew 1. Kayla Brew 1. Winner, winner. At Kayla Brew. Go. You. E. Our gift out. Yeah, Discord link by chance.
I don't. I don't know how to do the link.
I got it. Boom. Speedy says good game. Alright, wrote it down. Hell yeah. Well, hey. I appreciate everybody checking in for our 1-year stream. This has been fantastic. Super excited.
Hey, when are you doing the watch thing for those videos?
Ooh, I wanted to do it earlier today, but no one was available. Speedy was gone. Cowboy's working. You were doing whatever the hell you were doing. Yeah, that's it. I just named everybody who would watch with me. So, that's it.
So another day then.
Yeah, any day. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I wanted to do today, like, kind of leading into today's episode, but absolutely no one. So I haven't watched them either. So it's still something we can do together.
All right. I was just wondering if you had a date set or not.
Nope. I wanted it, like I said, I wanted it today. It just didn't work out. Sorry, American Pride didn't. All right. Recapping close. Check out all of our past episodes. I feel like all of this is it. Sign off now. Document is pinned in chat. If you want to come back to it, click it, save it, do it now. Break video was from the American Battlefield Trust on YouTube. Stuff, all their stuff, to be honest. And that's it. You got anything else, Meat Shield?
I don't, man. Take it away.
All right then.
I'm watching you being streamed.
Thank you all for watching for the past year. It's been such a pleasure and adventure doing this with you all. I can't paraphrase how this experience has been. I really appreciate all of those who helped make this happen. If you or anyone you know would like to be on the show, please reach out via Discord, email, or Facebook at patriotviewttv@gmail.com, Discord link, or facebook.com/thepatriotview. Veterans, if you need to talk, call a brother, reach out to our team via Discord, or call the Veterans Crisis Line by dialing 988, going to veteranscrisisline.net for online chat, or texting 838-255. You are all invited to join us for NASCAR and NHL in Discord. Again, Discord links in chat. Please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/PatriotView. I would be so grateful if you could find it in your hearts and in your wallets to make a donation to this great cause. Big thanks to the Patreons who currently support this page with their donations: Speedy, Cake the Head, and J Brothers. Special thanks to Verdict for their music for the intro video. And as I always say, don't talk about it, be about it.